So today I was supposed to go on a Tinder date, but he has canceled on me. So instead, I figured I'd film this thrift haul, an equally fun and romantically fulfilling task. I love online dating so much. Now that it's summer, I've done a lot of thrifting, mostly just to escape the burning inferno of hell that is my apartment right now. Also, if you guys hear this sound throughout the video, that is because I'm literally sitting on top of 2 frozen water bottles because I don't have AC in my apartment and I'm trying to keep cool. So, you know, you do what you gotta do. Today, I have a considerable number of items to show you. So, buckle up, kids. Keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times, because she's gonna be a spicy one. It's getting so hot already, I gotta take a little water bottle break. The first thing that I got is this top that I'm wearing right now. Is it supposed to be lingerie? Probably. What really caught my eye about this top was the pale yellow color. I thought it was so adorable and summery. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been trying recently to make a little bit more of an effort to add some color to my wardrobe because I definitely went through a pretty monochrome phase there. But now that it's finally summer, I thought I would venture out into some colorful territory. Although for some of you guys, I think your summer is nearly over. Apparently some of you guys go back to school like early August, in which case I am genuinely so sorry for your loss. Other than that, I really liked these dainty straps and the straight across neckline. I feel like it's very 90s, and especially for people with small boobs like me, I find a straight across neckline to be really flattering. I've also been loving yellow because I feel like it pairs so well with all of my denim bottoms, which is like 90% of the bottoms that I own. Honestly, overall, I just needed a top that had like the minimal amount of fabric possible, because as you may have been able to tell by the frozen water bottles under my legs, it gets pretty fucking hot here, so I'm just trying to be like as naked as possible without getting arrested for public nudity. This is actually something that I bought back in the winter, but it was such a summery piece that I figured I would save it for this haul. And it is this flowy maxi dress in a red and white gingham print. You guys know on this channel I call a lot of things a picnic bitch look, but this dress is the whole goddamn picnic blanket. It is very gingham, but you guys know that I'm kind of a hoe for gingham in general. Honestly, I feel like with this hair, it might walk kind of a fine line between picnic bitch and farm girl, but I'm kind of into it, and it's just so flowy and comfortable. Like, nothing is constricting at all, which is so lovely, especially if you are like ready to feast. I did a little bit of a thrifting DIY on this one. Originally, the straps were a little bit longer, so it kind of hung down at an awkward point at my body. This is kind of a ratchet DIY, but I ended up just cutting the straps where they were sewn together, so they're apart like this, and then I just knotted them at the top, so it shortens the entire strap, and it also gave me this nice little bow detail at the top. Granted, the bow is not particularly finished at the edges because I forgot to hem this because I'm lazy, but I think it's cute. Maybe it adds a rustic detail. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Another thing about this dress, the pockets are absolute behemoths. It really pisses me off in a lot of dresses and skirts that they have the opportunity to include pockets, but no, you just end up having to like hold your phone and all your belongings in your hands. I low-key have this theory that most dresses and skirts don't include pockets just so that we need somewhere to hold our stuff and then we have to buy more handbags. But anyways, apparently whoever made this dress was not in on that conspiracy theory because these pockets are huge. You could fit all of your picnic sandwiches in here and your utensils. You could fit like 4 hands. A Nintendo DS, you could probably fit a whole fucking Wii in here. They are large, but honestly, I appreciate that. Next up, we have this little crop top. This is nothing crazy special, but especially with this like wavy hair. Recently, I've been trying to channel some 90s pop diva looks, so I feel like this top is right on the money. Really reminds me of something that they sell at Brandy Melville or Urban Outfitters, but obviously it was cheaper because it was from the thrift store. I did a super quick DIY on this one as well. Originally, it had this weird little bar that connected the notch in the neckline, but I just cut it off. I like that little open notch because I'm scandalous like that, show like 3% more cleavage. Summer always gets me in the mood just for a basic t-shirt. I like that this one was comfortable, but it still had that little extra detail that makes it like a little bit more special. Next up, we have this dress, which makes me so happy because it reminds me of the exact type of dress that my mom forced me to wear to all of our weddings when I was a kid. I don't know about you guys, but the way my family is structured, my mom has about like 100 younger cousins who were all getting married when I was around the age of like 7 to 11, so exactly the period of time that weddings suck. I have so many memories in floral dresses like this, just like waiting at the table, waiting for the wedding to be over, trying to sneak to the bathroom to play Mario Kart on my Nintendo DS, wondering when the cake was gonna come out and when we could go home. But anyways, now I think this dress is really cute in kind of a charming vintage way. Also kind of reminds me of what like your cool aunt with several cats would wear to your wedding, and that's honestly all I ever aspire to be. Next up, we have the coolest freaking pants I've ever thrifted. Very street style, very much what people who are a lot cooler than me wear. I honestly have no idea what these pants are supposed to be. They feel kind of like snowboarding pants, but they're not that like gross, crusty snow pant feeling. They're kind of just a thick and almost silky fabric, which is really weird. It's a very strange feeling, and I don't know why I'm trying to describe it when you guys will never be able to touch these pants. I'm really excited to style these pants in a bunch of different ways. They are a little bit long for me when they're uncuffed, but I think it would look so badass in combination with like a pair of heeled boots. Other than that, I was also planning on cuffing them, so it gives you kind of that like genie pant silhouette that apparently is cool now. I think they would also look so good with just a tiny crop top because these pants are like so voluminous, it kind of balances it out. Honestly, not sure if I'm cool enough to pull these off, but I sure as hell am gonna try. And now, a hydration break with Ashley's frozen underleg water. Okay, time to take a hydration break with some leg water. Tastes like it's been under my sweaty kneecaps this entire time. All right, back you go. This has been a hydration break with Ashley's frozen underleg water. For more, tune in every day, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. when my apartment is an absolute fucking sauna. Next up, I got this little romper number. I don't know if you guys have seen these at Urban Outfitters. I swear they've been in stock for like 3 years so far. I see them come out every single winter and New Year's, and they're like $50. So I was so excited to find this in the thrift store for like $6. I'm not sure if this is like the most summery because it is a crushed velvet, but I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of it, especially in that transition season where you're supposed to wear fall colors, but it's still really hot, at least here in LA, because this is really doing the least. There is not much fabric here at all. The back is completely open, which gives you a lovely view of my stressed back knee. And then it flares out into this little short slash skirt looking situation. Super cute, super flirty. I need to stop saying the word super so many times in my thrift hauls. It is very cute. I also need to stop saying the word cute. I am hopeless. This is a romper that I like. Let's move on. Here is a little pink jacket that I thrifted. Originally, it was a lot longer, like a normal sized jacket, but I just cropped it into a short one. I feel like as a longer jacket, it was a little bit overwhelming and kind of cheesy looking, but as a crop jacket, it gives me a little bit more of like Barbie slash Bratz doll vibes. This top is from Old Navy, which is not really one of my go-to brands. But especially once I cropped it, I feel like it was pretty on trend, and it even has these little tortoiseshell buttons that are like all the rage right now. Next up, this, I'm not sure if this is the ugliest or the grooviest thing I've ever thrifted. It is this patchwork leather jacket. Oh my, look at that. It is like somebody decided to play leather Tetris on this jacket. When I saw this in the thrift store, I was like, oh my, this is so hideous, but I just have to try it on to see if it'll look good. And I kind of like how it looks, especially paired with a simple outfit underneath. I think this is such a statement, aggressively 70s, but I think it's a really unique piece, and I feel like that's the cool part about going thrifting anyway, because you find this like weird shit that you'd never buy in a regular store. Next up, we have this dress, which reminds me so much of something Diana Chamomile would wear. Diana, if you're watching this, love your videos, love you. I feel like I'm a secretary in the 50s surrounded by men in suits who are exceedingly sexist. The buttons go all the way from the top to the bottom, so I've left a couple unbuttoned at the bottom because I'm scandalous like that. And also I feel like leaving that leg slit makes the dress a little bit less stuffy than if it was all buttoned up. Overall, I think this is such a classy and flattering fit. It's not too tight at the waist at all, but it still cinches me in, fits my hips really well. So I was really happy with this, and I always love something that's vintage inspired. This dress, you guys might have seen if you watched my recent guide to reselling and, what was it called? Ashley's Guide to Thrifting and Reselling. I know my own videos. Great. But I thought I'd show you guys again because apparently I'm already running out of original content. No, why I really wanted to show you is just because this is honestly one of my favorite thrift finds, maybe this entire year. I think it is so gorgeous. It's 100% silk, has this really bold kind of retro looking floral print, a little wrap around the waist, which I think is always so flattering. Honestly, I'm so conflicted whether I should resell or keep this because I know I'm just never gonna have a chance to wear this in my everyday life. Like, unfortunately, this is not really the type of thing that I could wear on a casual run to the grocery store, but I was thinking maybe I should save it for when I'm like a rich aunt in her late 40s and I'm just gonna stroll down Sunset Boulevard or something smoking a cigar. Anyways, no idea what to do with this, no idea where to wear this. It's not even like a piece that I could dress down with Converse or something because I just look ridiculous. Let me know in the comments below. Should I sell it? Should I keep it? Should I just hide it in the back of my closet and never touch it again? Let me know. I also picked up this Polo Ralph Lauren silk and cotton blend button-up. Honestly, it doesn't look like anything too special when I'm just holding it up. It's pretty much just a plain oversized button-up, but the reason I really love it and the reason that I'm keeping it for myself is that the fabric is just so lovely. It's hard to describe. I think the moral of the story in this thrift haul is that we need to invent a technology that lets you like feel things through the camera. Although why do I feel like that technology would be immediately adapted for use in porn? So maybe not. Anyways, it's that lovely like lightweight fabric that's a little bit matte. It just feels so good on your body. which was a weird thing to say. It feels good, okay? I like the fabric. I think if I just cuff the sleeves, leave a couple buttons unbuttoned at the top, it just looks so effortless. A really great pairing with just some denim shorts to kind of get that like I rolled out of bed like this look. And also, to be completely honest, I've recently been on the hunt for a lot more tops that are just like looser around my stomach. I'm kind of over having to wear really tight tops and high-waisted jeans all the time. It's just honestly kind of uncomfortable. So sometimes it's nice to take a break with something loose and flowy. Speaking of really comfy tops, I also have this giant oversized sweatshirt. It says Bellagio on the pack, which I'm honestly not sure what that is. I googled it and the top result was like a hotel in Vegas, but I also like, is it just a clothing brand? Because it says Bellagio on the tag. I should probably find out before I wear it emblazoned across my back. But this is just such a comfy top. I spend so many hours and so many days and so many weeks editing videos just like huddled up in my bedroom wearing random oversized t-shirts. And even though I like to be comfortable while I'm editing, it can get kind of demoralizing sometimes because I just feel like such a sad lump.
Well, you're not wrong.
So I thought that this would be a great one to throw on while I'm editing. It has a little bit more color, so I feel a little bit more lively, and I think the cut is really cute, so I won't feel like a total potato, which will be nice. I also got this little lacy top. I was kind of on the fence about whether to buy this because I bought this at Council thrift stores, which doesn't have a fitting room, and it looks kind of like a granny top to me, but I'm so glad that I got it because it has this lovely wide boat neckline, which is something that I wish more designers would carry. I think it's just so flattering, really, really highlights your collarbones. I think this is a perfect, really feminine, really dainty top for just days you're feeling kind of girly. And I think it'll also pair really well with a more structured bottom, like some high-waisted denim to kind of juxtapose those textures. Next up, I found this historic gem, which is a t-shirt from Barack Obama's 2009 inauguration. Now, I don't want to get too political or anything on this channel, I say as I hold up a Barack Obama t-shirt, but I just had to pick this up because personally it really reminded me of a cool and kind of wholesome time in my life. I remember in the 2008 election, I had my little Got Hope t-shirt, and it was really cool because it was the first presidential election that I was kind of a conscious human being. I wasn't just like a bumbling idiot of a child who didn't understand what was going on. Not that I could really critically analyze at that age what Obama's platform was, but I think it was just really exciting to like feel the energy in the air, at least where I grew up. Everybody was so excited to participate in that election, and everybody was genuinely hopeful, so.
And now, the unrelated political rant that you never asked for.
But that is to say, I think everybody has the right to their own political beliefs. And I think something that's easy to forget sometimes is that most people's political beliefs really are just a product of where they grew up and who they grew up around. It is obviously your responsibility as you grow up to form your own political opinions and figure out what you think is right. I feel like, as you guys can tell from my videos and my general disposition, I am a pretty liberal person, but I think especially in colleges and places as liberal as LA, it's really easy to say like, oh, we're right and other people are wrong, or the same thing on the conservative side. And I think it's just so unproductive to be hateful on either side of the spectrum. I think especially in this age of social media, it's so easy to get like stuck in this echo chamber of retweeting and following and sharing opinions from people who are just exactly like you and are just confirming that what you already think is right. I think it's so important, no matter which side of the political spectrum you are, to consider other people's opinions genuinely and not to just get together with people who are exactly like you, who are just going to validate your opinion over and over again.
This has been the unrelated political rant you never asked for. For more, tune in, probably never again on this channel because chances are you already clicked out of this video.
Anyway, political rant aside, which I'm sure is why you clicked on this fun summertime thrift haul, here's this Barack Obama t-shirt. This reminds me personally of a cool time in political history, and honestly, nothing is more cute than participating in politics in a respectful way. Okay, honestly, I don't know how I'm supposed to come back from the political shit that I just laid out there, but we're gonna try. So this dress is not quite a casual summertime dress. In fact, I think this is one of the most extra things that I've ever thrifted. I paid $35 for this at the thrift store, so it was a little bit more of an expensive dress, but god damn, it is gorgeous. It's a spaghetti strap dress with this gorgeous kind of layered chevron effect going on around the boobs, and then at the bottom it flares out into this mermaid silhouette. Honestly, this dress is stunning. I think it's something I would wear if I was a Bond girl, which I would never be. I would be the most awkward Bond girl of all time. But if I ever wanted to put on that persona for like a hot second, this is the dress that I wear. Next, we have this corduroy jacket. Ever since I thrifted my first corduroy jacket, now I always make sure to check the men's section, and they tend to have a good number of these corduroy blazers. I guess it was popular back in the day. This one is a little bit big for me, so pardon me for styling it a little bit awkwardly in this try-on clip, but I'm just going to be selling this on my website. Hopefully it fits one of you guys a little bit better. What I liked about this jacket in particular over other corduroy jackets that I'd seen is this gorgeous color. It's such a warm and rich tone, and it stood out to me a lot more than that kind of dull tan/brown color that a lot of other corduroy jackets are. Now for a couple more actually summery items, I picked up this little tank top Reminds me a lot of the tops that they carry at Brandy Melville. Honestly, I feel like it might actually be from Brandy Melville, but somebody cut off the tag because it looks so similar to me. Just a really simple red tank top, but I liked that the neckline was straight across and gives it something a smidgen more interesting than those basic camis that you see at like Forever 21 for $3. I also picked up this little baby blue tank top. I honestly liked that it's a little bit cheesy. It has this little scallop detail around the neckline and then a rhinestone with a bow in the center. Again, I feel like this is the type of stuff that my mom would like force me to wear as a kid, but now I think it's cute. Also really liked the baby blue color because I've been trying to get into pastels a little bit recently. And along the same lines, I also got this little lacy cami. This one is a little bit more of a bluted. I think it's time for me to stop. It's a muted blue tone, and again, as you may be able to sense a theme in this video, it has that straight across neckline, simple spaghetti straps, a silhouette that I'm just really into lately. I also picked up this top, which is significantly less summery, but I think it's going to be great as I transition into fall and winter. I like that from far away it looks like a pretty simple black top, but as you get closer you can see these details that kind of make it stand out. Overall, I think this is going to be such a good top to pair with jeans and some black heeled boots once fall rolls around, and that is all I have to say about that. Okay, I've been talking about that one for way too long. I also picked up this skirt, which is so extra. This is like a statement. It reminds me of one of those skirts that I like see on Instagram feeds and I go and click and see how much it is and it's like $348. This skirt is actually from CMEO Collective, which is like a really expensive Australian brand. It's a little bit big on me, so I'm pinning it back in these clips, but I thought this was such a unique design. I love that it's kind of a new twist on a floral. They've embroidered this rose pattern, but it's in a slightly shinier thread than the rest of the fabric, so it just catches the light in a different way, which I think makes the skirt so dimensional. As you guys know, I'm like a hoe for textures and dimensions in general, so I thought this was really interesting. Here's something a little bit basic that I picked up, and it is this dress from LA Hearts from PacSun, and it still has the tag on it, so nobody's worn it. I honestly feel bad for whoever bought this and then just donated it immediately. This is just one of those basic dresses that you can throw on for any event. You don't have to think about it too hard. I was actually really excited to find this too because I don't own a basic black dress. The most basic black dress I have is still really extra, so I thought this would be the perfect base for an outfit if I wanted to really go ham with accessories or jackets or shoes or something like that. This will just give me kind of a blank canvas to work with. I also really liked this bow detail around the boobs. I feel like it's really flattering on the chest, and I like that it's adjustable, so you know, whatever your boob size is, it'll work. Next up, I have a couple silk blouses, as I do in every single thrift haul, but you guys know I'm like such a fiend for these. This first one is 100% silk, obviously because I'm bougie like that. This first one is a little bit different than the 500 other silk blouses that I've thrifted because it has this, I don't know what to call it. It's like stripe / checker print. I've honestly never seen a print that looks like this before, but I was really attracted to it. The sleeves on this top are doing something interesting. They don't have a button. I feel like you're supposed to attach them together with, what's it called? A cuff? A cuff pin? A cuff link. But I'm not a male young professional, so I don't own those. But I think it's kind of cool how they flare out. And this cuff is like a big boy too. He's at least 6 inches long, which is not great. We could do better, but it's pretty big for a cuff. Anyways, I thought this was cool. Kind of elevates the basic silk blouse look a little bit. Next up, I'm gonna go through this really quickly because I feel like I've thrifted stuff like this so often. This one, another 100% silk blouse, but this time it has a little cross detail over the front, a little bit more of a feminine and elegant take on the classic silk button-up, and I thought this would look so classy paired with a high-waisted skirt or something. In another life, if I was like a lawyer, which I actually wanted to be for a good amount of time in high school, I watched way too much Suits, and it made me think that all law offices were just full of attractive and witty males and women who dressed exceedingly well, so I wanted to be one of those. I would take like any chance that I got to dress business formal, but look at me now. I would literally shoot myself if I had to go into a 9-to-5 job, so times have changed. Anyways, I thought this was really lovely, really elegant. And then my last one, this is just your basic silk blouse that you've seen me thrift 1,000 times, but it's by Dolce & Gabbana, so I thought that was a little bit special, and I always feel validated when I find designer brands in thrift stores because it makes me think I'm special. So, to pair with these silk blouses, I also picked up this lovely little tweed skirt. Unfortunately, it's a little bit big for me, so I am going to be selling it, but honestly, if I could keep it, I would. It's like the perfect balance of something classy and structured because of the tweed pattern, but the silhouette is still pretty modern and flirty. It has 2 real pockets, which is great and what all skirts and dresses should have. Also, this is probably a pretty obscure reference because I feel like nobody actually watches this show, but it reminds me of something that Lucy Liu would wear on Elementary. Also, PSA to any movie executives who are watching this thrift haul, which almost guaranteed is not my main demographic for these YouTube videos, but if you are watching this, please, for the love of God, cast Lucy Liu in more movies. Set it up brilliant, warmed my little rom-com heart. If you guys haven't seen it, this is gonna sound like such an ad. Whatever, it's on Netflix. Netflix, if you want to sponsor me, please do. But Set It Up is a rom-com with Lucy Liu on Netflix. She is amazing in it. Honestly, just checks every single box that you could possibly want out of a rom-com that you watch late at night alone in your bed and cry to. So yeah. Next, we have this top, which is nothing too crazy. It's more of a subtle piece, but it'll be really good for those more casual days where I just want to wear a t-shirt. But again, this one is a little bit elevated by the details. It definitely has that signature 90s look to it, with the little scallop detail around the top and the buttons going up the front. And I think if I accessorized it right, maybe paired it with some pearls or some gold earrings. Not like my ears are even pierced. I've been thinking about getting them pierced soon, but I went to Claire's one time to try to get them pierced, but then I realized it cost like $30, and I was like, nah, that seems like kind of a lot to have my ears stabbed, so maybe another time. Okay, we are reaching the end. This is the second to last top, and it reminds me of something you'd see at Reformation. Just kidding, it is from Reformation. Yes, that's right. I finally found a piece at the thrift store that is actually from Reformation. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't actually fit me. I tried really hard to put it on, but like, I'll show you guys now. Just, the arms are not happening. I'm like Chinese finger trapped into these arms. So I'm gonna put this on my website. Maybe one of you guys will fit it if you have baby arms. I feel like I probably should have known this wasn't gonna fit me when I picked it up at the thrift store. And this Russian lady was the cashier checking me out, and she picks up this top and she says, "Are you going to fit this top? It looks like top for baby." I apologize to everyone of Russian descent that accent was absolutely atrocious. I am so sorry. But my point is, I should have known. This top is tiny. So hopefully one of you guys will be able to wear it, but I finally found a piece from Reformation. And at last, I've been filming for like 4 hours. My ice bottles are almost completely melted from my toasty knees. We have reached the last piece in this haul, which is this vintage floral skirt. I was just really attracted to this pattern. I've never seen a pattern that looks like this before, but it's very vintage. I already said that the skirt is vintage. I am so sorry, guys. At this point of the haul, I feel like I've used up all of my fashion vocabulary, and all I have left is it's cute and vintage and a skirt. Okay, thank you so much for watching this thrift haul, guys. Oh shit, wait, okay, I have one more thing to show you guys. And it is this necklace. Am I going to give you a good description of it? I don't know. I just thought this was gorgeous. Something your grandma would wear. It just has pearls, inset with more pearls. So that's fun. I think this would be so gorgeous just with a simple black dress, a la Breakfast at Tiffany's. Maybe just a simple silk blouse. I think it's such a gorgeous piece to dress up. Any kind of simple outfit. Okay, and now we're officially done. I like really need to figure out an AC solution in this apartment because these water bottles did not really help me out that much. They are nearly melted at this point, and my brain is a little bit fried, to say the least. Not from drugs, from sitting in the heat. Don't do drugs, kids, or at least avoid hard ones. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this thrift haul, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.